You ever have a somewhat defective mouse where it's a little bit oversensitive when you click on the mouse? Instead of clicking once, it clicks twice. That just happened, and I spent 20 minutes talking to nothingness because I didn't record the video. So now I gotta do this again. What up, Dokkaners? Welcome back to Toonami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Probably a good thing. It's probably a blessing in disguise because now I have the opportunity to speed this video up and not have to inundate you with just a bunch of words for 20 minutes. I'm gonna make this shorter. I'm gonna make this more concise and sweeter. Data download, Chain Battle, EZA coming up. Let's talk about it. Under 10 hours. What sucks is that they're happening at the same time. If this is going to be a growingly consistent thing, I might have to make a decision on what I'm going to do and what I'm going to ask, because as you guys know, I enjoy doing live streams for these EZAs as they happen, but because they've been happening with Chain Battle, I've been not able to do that because I do that Chain Battle video with Goresh, and I know you guys enjoy that, so I'm going to have to make a decision. Let me know in the comments if you guys would rather have a Chain Battle video with Goresh right as it drops, or would you rather have a live stream for the EZA and forget the Chain Battle video? So let me know. Now let's take a look at what's coming up. The data download happened last night. Shout out to Proton for the assets. By the way, thank these data miners a little bit more because very soon we are not going to be able to do this. So just savor these moments. We've got the assets for the Gotenks. We've got the trunks. We got the backgrounds. Now let's take a look at Chain Battle. We are doing the Trunks Chain Battle boss. Where is he? There he is. The advantageous categories are Planetary Destruction, Exploding Rage, and Pure Saiyans. Broly, Z Broly, not Super Broly, this guy, and androids are the advantageous characters. Now, when I see this, I don't look at the JP videos. If you guys want to scout ahead, which I totally encourage that you do, take a look at the JP players, your favorite JP channels, see what they did for their support lines and whatnot. I don't look at that stuff because I like to be fully surprised going in. That's the entire purpose of these Chain Battle videos that I do with Goresh. But if I can be so bold, is there potentially a place for some free-to-play units on this team? Or the support line? Because you got some free-to-play androids right here. The Tech, the STR-18, AGL LR. So, I don't know. But I'm going to guess that probably the optimal support line for the extreme side is going to be Broly. Because there's a lot of Brolys. Luckily for you guys on my friends list, I do have a couple of these free-to-plays extra rainbowed for whatever reason. So, yeah, that should be fun. I'm not going to go into more detail about it because I like to do that in the video. So, if you guys posted in the comments that you wanted to see the Chain Battle video over the EZA live stream, well, then you'll get to see some more stuff. So, that's it for Chain Battle. Obviously, do them because you get the mission rewards. And because the 6-year anniversary is coming up, folks, I highly encourage that you guys do all of these events. At the very least, for the Chain Battle, even though you may hate it, try to do as much as you possibly can because you can pick up some stones on the way. Obviously, if you're not going to be able to do all of them, that's fine. But you can get the 60 million damage in one Chain Battle. Most of you should be able to do that. You'll get 3 Dragon Stones to get some orbs as well. If you can do 100 million, you get another 5 Dragon Stones. This one's a little bit tougher. 90 million gets you 4 Dragon Stones. 1 billion during the event damage period gives you 3. 500 million during the event period gives you 2. So there are some stones to be gained here. Every little bit helps. Make sure you guys get them done as much as possible. As far as the Pepsis go, if you get them, you get skill orbs. It's not like, you don't have to have skill orbs. So just keep that in mind. All right, so now let's take a look at the EZA for Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. This guy is a monster. Let's take a look at what look at this. First of all, Rainbow, 1590, 15,900, under 10,000. With his Rainbow EZA, 18,600. for HP, 18,700 for attack, 11,200 for defense. You'll understand why that's extra impactful in just a second. This guy's really, really good now. So before, he was always fun to use because he had 3 super attacks. So we're going to go over how these super attacks have changed step by step. So, obviously, by the way, his leader skill goes from 120 to 130, and then also goes to key plus 390%. But now his super attack, for his 10 key, immense damage greatly lowers defense. That becomes immense damage massively lowers defense. His 11 key, always the best one, the 11 key, massively raises attack for 1 turn, causes immense damage. Now, attacks are effective against all types as well. So, extra nice boost for that damage potency for your 11 key super. Always aim for that if you can. But the 12 key super was always the weak point. I hated this super because you would be raising your stats after the fact, which was so irritating. Because if you didn't have additional, because you wanted to prioritize crit to just do maximum damage, if you got a 12 key, you would only cause immense damage. Your raising of attack for 1 turn happens after the fact. Therefore, if you don't have an additional, you don't get to reap the benefits of that. And then after the turn is over, you don't even have that boost anymore. So they fixed it by giving him a greatly raising of attack for 1 turn. So this basically makes this 12 key like the old 11 key, but just a slightly bit worse. So I like that change. This makes the 11 key and the 12 key so much more appealing. The 10 key is still good, but the other two are so much better. Passive is a massive upgrade. Attack plus 120 was the original. Now it goes up to attack and defense plus 150. Plus an additional attack plus 60%. That part remains unchanged. Actually, no, it goes up to 70%. And now the defense. The defense was the thing that always sucked about this guy. Defense minus 30 for 7 turns. 7 turns, man. That's a lot of time. Now it's defense plus 30 and a medium chance to dodge enemies' attacks for 7 turns. This is a massive turnaround that, in my opinion, on paper makes this tech version obsolete, because his main appeal was the fact that he gained defense when running his super attacks 11 or less. Now there's no restriction. You don't have to aim for a certain key threshold. You're just getting a defense boost as well as a dodge chance. So that just makes this guy so much more complete, so much more viable on things like Fusion Super Battle. He was always a defensive liability. You know, I always had my doubts about running this guy on those teams, but now with this, oh, he's so much better. So that's what he does. Let's take a look at his event. Over time, he will be gaining resistance to AGL, Int, Physical, and Extreme. Not that it matters. Extreme Youth. I don't even think there's a single Extreme Youth unit. Unless, technically, wouldn't Kid Buu be an Extreme Youth? I don't know. I'm reaching. But look, you are gaining damage reduction against AGL, Int, and Physical. It doesn't mean you can't use them. You just won't do damage with them, but you can still use them because you can still protect yourself. And I say this because the Youth category primarily consists of Int and AGL units. So as far as damage is concerned from your leads, you're not going to be getting a whole lot, but you can still protect your team. Obviously, type disadvantage here kind of sucks, but you'll still be fine. Especially if you run the Gotenks. I think the Gotenks can better protect himself compared to the Goku. The Goku is more predicated on the more damage you take, the more powerful you get, whereas the Gotenks greatly raises defense no matter what attack or what form he has. So, with that said, you've got some options here. Free-to-play as well. You have some free-to-play sub-leads. You got the 77 version, you got the 50 version, if you don't have the 120. And if you don't have any of these guys, you could still run this Goten with Ki plus 350% as the leader's skill. But the MVP of this event, I'm assuming, is going to be the B-Pan. Now, what sucks for Global is that B-Pan is not fully Extreme Z awakened yet. We have had 3 weeks now of B-Pan's Extreme Z area to get her to awaken even further beyond. But right now, at this point, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, every week you get at least 10 medals. So in 3 weeks, Global has only received up to 30 medals of B-Pan. So that means you can complete step 1 and step 2, but you cannot complete step 3. What that means is that your B-Pan will be partially awakened, and I recommend that you guys actually take this time to awaken your units to that second level so that at least you can get some of this build. Because the original passive and the original kit is still very good, but if you partially awaken the unit to this level, you can still get some of these passives. You can still get... I don't know which one comes first, so I don't want to go into detail about it, but awaken your B-Pan as much as possible, even though you can't go to step 3. What sucks for me is that I got lucky in my 2 out of my 3 runs, I got a question mark panel, so I got 5 extra medals twice, but I'm 5 medals short of the 3rd awakening. Had I received a question mark panel every single week, I would have been able to run this event with a fully awakened B-Pan, but I'm going to have to wait 1 more week. But if you guys can get her awakened, obviously you got some other units. This Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is going to be a great option because Tech is not limited in this event. So Tech and STR are the ones you want to run for maximum damage. So this Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan will be great. B-Pan is great. These other guys are great leaders. This Gohan is a great leading option. You may be able to try a Kamehameha. I'm not sure. You could try that. Maybe a Dragon Ball Seekers with the Goku Arale. And you're probably going to be mainly looking at the Tech and the STR. Probably the 2 lowest number. No, they're all pretty much the same. But your Tech options are limited. Your STR options are limited as well. but there's still some pretty accessible units. These guys have been around for a very long time. So let's take a look at my squad in my game so I can show you some of my teams. We're going to start with the free-to-play. As you guys know, I love free-to-play. Love running some free-to-play teams. For my free-to-play team, I'm running the Kid Goku Bulma as the leader, 120% for youth. He gains a little bit extra stats with the particular units that we have on the team, which is why I brought this guy instead of the Gohan. Gohan cannot tank in terms of the 58% damage reduction because we don't have a Goku on the team. But we do, I mean, he's a Goku Youth. The Goku Youth doesn't count. So that's why I'm bringing the Goku Bulma. I will probably bring a Int Gotenks as the friend unit, and then I've got the B-Pan. I have not awakened her at all. I wanted to wait for a particular video. So B-Pan, max links, by the way. I've got this Kid Gohan, who's got a nuking passive, also some support and a super attack. I've got this Goten, does decent damage, can also support Goku's family, which is everybody on this team except for 2 units. You've got the Saiyaman 4, raises attack and defense, provides support for superclass and youth. And then we've got this guy. I'm actually really excited to run this guy for the first time. I have not run this Goku Youth before. Raises attack for 1 turn, causes supreme damage. He's a free-to-play tech unit from the World Tournament, from last World Tournament. Attack and defense plus 120, get this. High chance of launching an additional 2 attacks, up to 2 additional attacks, each of which has a chance, medium chance of becoming super attack. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 5% with each attack performed up to 50 with a medium chance of evading enemies' attacks. So over time, that stat line will become attack and defense plus 170 on a unit that raises attack for 1 turn. He might actually be able to do a lot of damage on this team. I'd like to think so. So that's my free-to-play. Let's go over some pay-to-play options. This one involves the most amount of damage I could possibly run, I think. This is just one sample. If you guys want to try something yourself, go ahead. We are bringing a special pose / youth lead with the Gotenks. Like I said, he will greatly raise defense no matter what form he's in. If he goes to Super Saiyan 3, he can also provide a little bit more offense, but again, type disadvantage and all that. Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan will do probably most of the legwork here, greatly raising, not greatly, just raising attack and defense for 1 turn, causing Colossal. Kid Icarus is here for healing. If things go south, you're about to die. Kid Icarus is a great option to run. He's not restricted by any sort of damage reduction because he's tech. He also has a high chance to dodge in certain spots on the team, and he can heal your entire squad if you fall below 30% HP. And on that same turn that he revives and heals you, you can do a critical hit, which is awesome. So Kid Icarus is a great option for summonable. I brought B-Pan again. Whether or not she's free to play doesn't matter. She's still really, really good for this, so bring B-Pan. The other pen is also really, really effective. She causes supreme damage, so the defensive side is more of her focus, but she can stall and dodge pretty well. Plus, she has defense plus 120 for 7 turns, so if you have her, run her. She is a really, really good unit. Probably one of your best choices overall in terms of damage is going to be this STR Super Saiyan Gotenks. Raises attack and defense, causes supreme damage. Stunning doesn't apply because, you know, they're immune to stun. The passive sadly does not apply as well because you're not going to be supporting your entire team. You're only fighting 1 enemy, so the attack and defense plus 80% will have to suffice. So that STR Gotenks is probably going to get a lot of mileage as well. That's one team. Here's another one. This is primarily a fusion type with some special pose in there. Obviously, the Gotenks is the leader. We're bringing the STR Gotenks again. We are bringing the free-to-play Goten, who does the fusion dance. Provides Goku's family support, which on this particular team only benefits himself. We are bringing the free-to-play Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks for some attack plus 90% free-to-play action. We're also bringing Great Saiyaman 4 for that youth and super class support. Ki plus 2, attack and defense plus 30%. Pretty standard. I am bringing the Int Gotenks mainly because I don't really know who else to bring. And also, in case we need to, I'm bringing some healing. This guy can heal if you pick up Rainbow Orbs. He can also greatly raise attack and defense, so he can probably cushion the blow on a few hits here and there. So that's the main reason why I'm bringing him. But like I said, this is not the most optimized team. Just some ideas to get your mind flowing, to get you thinking about certain team builds. And lastly, for my sample team builds, I am bringing the Gifted Warriors variant with the Goten and Trunks. Obviously, if you don't have this unit, this doesn't apply. But you could run Gifted Warriors. They're not going to do a lot of damage, but when you get to the certain point where you can activate the active skill, they could dodge a bunch of attacks for 1 turn, which could be nice. And when you do so, they will gain extra stats. Gotenks, again, STR. You've got the STR Goten for some damage and some defense. You've got the Tech Super Saiyan Trunks for the Kamehameha. Raising allies' attack by 30% for 1 turn with the super attack also gains tremendous damage reduction when fighting alongside a Goten Kid in the name, which means it applies to this Goten It applies to this Goten. It also applies to the friend Goten that you might bring for that Gifted Warriors category. We've also got the Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, the one that is soon to be obsolete. What's wrong with his nose? Oh, it's there. I was wondering where his nose went. This guy, I mean, you can make an argument he still's got a place in the meta, but he's going to be pretty much obsolete and irrelevant once you bring that physical EZA Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. But until then, make some use out of him if you want. I brought the free-to-play Gotenks just as a reminder that this guy still exists. He not only can stack attack and defense, but he also provides support for youth and fusion. And on this particular team, everybody here is a youth and or a fusion. So that will be a little nice to bring for some support. So those are the sample teams that I have for you. I was able to shave off about 5 minutes from this video, but I am actually recording this time, so you guys will actually be able to see this and hear this. But like I said, guys, I know this isn't as hype for a lot of you because it's just an EZA, just a chain battle. But keep in mind, 6-year anniversary is on the way, and in under 10 hours, you will be able to get 30 stones from this EZA, plus however many stones you get from chain battle throughout the daily missions, and then ultimately the reward once the ranks come out. So get them done, whatever you can. 6-year anniversary is what matters. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below, and let me know in the comments your thoughts on some of those sample team builds. What teams are you going to be bringing? Are you going to try free-to-play? And do you think that the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks physical completely outclasses the tech one? Is the tech one completely irrelevant now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future, and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.